Hey everybody, Shep here. Today's kind of a rainy day on the homestead, so I thought I'd do a toolbox tour today. When I made my video showing the modification of this, I did have some interest to do this, and some of my friends have been wanting to see this also, so here we are. So these are my tools that I use to fix stuff here on the homestead. Disclaimer, I am not a mechanic, never have been, but like I said, I fix stuff here on the homestead and I like tools. So a little bit of it's just, collecting stuff that I like. Second disclaimer, you will not see any Snap-on or any tool truck brand stuff or any name brand stuff like Milwaukee. I have cheap tools. I think that in my opinion, if you buy cheap tools, a lot of them still have lifetime warranties, and if you do that, you can kind of get more bang for your buck as far as more tools for the same amount of money that you could go out and spend and buy something really, really fancy. But anyway, I don't need anything super fancy, so don't be disappointed if you don't see something, name brand, if you will. But okay, so this is my U.S. General 4-drawer tool cart. I know I said in my other video, but if you haven't seen that, I've had this thing for almost 4 years now. A friend of mine, his neighbor passed away, and they sold some of his tools and stuff, and I ended up with this, and I've loved this thing. Before this, I just had a small toolbox, and upgraded to this, and filled this up over time, and I have other toolboxes, but this is where I keep my most commonly used stuff. So I've done some upgrades and stuff. If you're interested in that, I have a whole video talking about it. I do have the side tray for it. Okay. I always make the joke, I don't have any gold or silver, but I got some chrome. So up here we got sockets, as you can see, for the most part. I will show you this. If you go to Tecton's website, you can print these little conversion charts. These are kind of handy for if you're trying to figure out what size something is. They make magnetic versions of these, but you can just print them out, and that's what I did. So yeah, we got sockets here on the sides. Of course, you got to have, your koozie for your drink, magnetic pickup tool. Here on the sides, I got some different size breaker bars, 1/4-inch handle, staple puller, which comes in real handy for a lot of things, some awls, some common size screwdrivers. I got this little thing, I've never really used that yet. So in my toolbox setup, I have it set up so that standard stuff is in red and then metric stuff is in black. Here on the homestead, I pretty much use standard and metric pretty equally, if not standard a little bit more. Obviously, all the new stuff is metric, but I have a lot of old stuff, old equipment, stuff like that. So I use standard a lot. I do not have any 1/2-inch drive stuff in this tool cart, with the exception for one thing we'll see later. But I do have 1/2-inch drive stuff. I do have 3/4 drive stuff. It's just not in here. I don't use it all that often. This gets me by with doing most things that I need to do. Pretty much, I'll go through one of these, but basically everything I have in standard, I have the equivalent in metric. So I'll say what brands these are, but I have exactly the same. Of course, they're different sizes, but exactly the same in metric. These are Husky 1/4-inch drive Allen sockets. Those are super handy. Harbor Freight Allen sockets. Nico. Of course, these are impact sockets. Both these are Nico, shallow and deep. Harbor Freight 3/8 deep, gear wrench 3/8 semi deep, and then Hart 3/8 shallow. This is Hart, the Walmart brand. I was trying these out. I bought a set pretty cheap. I think they're pretty good. From my experience, they're probably pretty equivalent to Harbor Freight. So Harbor Freight, 1/4 inch shallow and deep, gear wrench, 1/4 semi deep. And then these, if you've never seen these before, these are really handy for if you're working on some stuff that has tight spots to get into. These are from O'Reilly, and they are called Power Torque. That's their brand. And they're 1/4 inch drive sockets that are super shallow. They're only like 5/8 of an inch tall, and of course they got the 1/4 drive on it. And then they also have where you can put an 11 millimeter wrench on this, and you can get into some real tight spots. I don't use those all the time. That's one of the few things in here that's not commonly used, but when you need them, they're handy. Harbor Freight 3/8, Hart, Walmart brand, 3/8, Hart 1/4, and then Harbor Freight 1/4 swivel head. And then I have some of these, a couple of these impact adapters that kind of like are an extension, and then they also pull out and wobble, and those are pretty handy. Okay, this is really commonly used stuff. So this organizer is made by a company called Ernst. I really like these. They fit these drawers good. I've got a couple of them, as you'll see. They're really handy. So this is kind of like writing stuff. Pencils, soapstones, pens, markers, notepads, scissors, knives, cutting type stuff. Then we got some little flashlights, some headlight, and a little tape measure. Over here we got an inspection mirror, some 1/4 hex adapters for sockets. Got another adapter set. And then I used to have this tool cart loaded up with screwdrivers, but I've pretty much gotten to where I just use this. This is a magnetic holder. I like it because you can, take it with you. It holds the bits in real good. These are just cheap Harbor Freight bits, and that also came from Harbor Freight. I have a Craftsman screwdriver that I like, that use those on, and I got some drill stuff, some extensions, and a little chuck there. Some magnetic nut setters from Harbor Freight, standard metric. You can pick those up real cheap. This is a bit set that's JIS standard. If you work on Japanese stuff, you'll know what that is. So I got another one of those trays, as you can see, and this is where I put my extensions, because for a long time I never really could find a way to do extensions that I really liked, but this works really well. Pretty much got the same set for 3/8 and 1/4. Craftsman regular extensions and Harbor Freight wobbles. And then we got some adapters and some universal joints. Then I've got Harbor Freight 3/8 impact, and then also some impact adapters. Harbor Freight, I got these. These are Titan is the brand. I like these pretty good. This is the 1/4, and then this one's the bit ratchet. You can put a hex bit in there, use that. And I've got this VIM little bitty guy. This thing gets into some tight spots with a bit in it. These are Craftsman. They're like thumb wheels. So what you do is you put this on the ratchet, and then you put the socket on. And then once you get something loose, you can just spin it. Pretty handy. And then I've got the Pittsburgh Pro Harbor Freight long 3/8 that I think just about everybody has. That's actually fairly new. I haven't really used it yet, which is why it looks so nice. Okay, wrench drawer. So keeping with the red standard black metric theme, I like Craftsman wrenches a lot. You know, that's something that you always used to see a lot of. So my standard set, that this actual set here, was one that my grandpa had, and when he passed away I ended up with it, so I took the set I had out of here and put this one in, so that when I'm using these, you know, kind of helps me think about him and stuff, and when I use them a lot. So that's a 1/4 through 3/4. Then I've got a gear wrench flex head set. That's a 3/8 to 3/4. And these stubby wrenches, these are Sunex. I really like them. They're affordable. And I like that a lot of the stubby sets, the cheap ones anyway, they skip sizes. But this one has all the sizes. So got 3/8 to 3/4, and then 10 to 19. And I got another US made Craftsman set metric wrenches from 8 to 17. And then the gear wrench, I think those 10 to 19, and there is some skips in that set. Then here we got some overflow wrenches. I like these Harbor Freight. These Harbor Freight double box ratcheting. These are really nice. I like those a lot. That set skips some sizes, but I did pick up a gear wrench 16 and 18 to fill that set. I got that on eBay used for like $5, and it fits right in with those, so that's pretty cool. And I've got the standard set, and then underneath those I have the Craftsman long double box. Those are handy. 1/4 to 7/8, and then 6 to 19 millimeter. I like using those. We got some power tools. So I am a big fan of the Walmart Hyper Tough 12 volt stuff. I used to be a snob as far as power tools go, but I realized that for the money, these are really good tools. Like I said, I don't use any of this stuff every day. If I did, I would have stuff that was a lot better, or if I made money using tools, I would have stuff that was a lot better. But for me playing around, this is great. So you can get this ratchet right here. It's a 3/8 ratchet, 12 volt battery. You can get this ratchet and battery and charger for $40. And I just think that's a really good deal that you can't really beat with anything else. So I am a big fan of that brand. This little tool here is one of my all-time favorite tools. This is a Skill brand 4-volt screwdriver. I have a socket adapter in there, but you know, it's just like anything. You put a screwdriver bit, and then got a little light that comes on and forward and reverse. It's just super, super handy. Really like that. This is the Heart version of that. Pretty disappointed in this. I got this, I was excited because it's obviously small, compact, but it just, I mean, I know it's just a screw gun, but that Skill's way more powerful. This kind of bogs down on some stuff. The thing I do like about this is it has a toggle forward and reverse. I really like that. That's a cool feature. But other than that, I don't really use that hardly any. And then I've got my pliers. So just kind of a mix of needle nose, different sizes, some side cutters, different sizes, regular slip joint pliers, different sizes of those, some different kinds of vice grips, different sizes, different styles. Bought that as a set after Christmas. Got a good deal on it one year. I really like this these Irwin Vice Grip. Basically, it's kind of a knockoff of the Nipex style. Once again, Nipex, they're extremely nice. They're very, very high quality. But I would rather have the $30 set of these than one $60 pair of the Nipex. Like I said, for what I'm doing, these are fine. And then I've got a 12-inch pair of channel lock style pliers. Over here on the side, I have my hammers. Nothing exciting there. Harbor Freight mallet. This thing's pretty handy. This little bitty Harbor Freight ball peen. And then the rest are just different size ball peens and a couple sledges. Nothing too exciting. Pretty much all those, with the exception of the Harbor Freight ones, are used. You know, they're hammers. I mean, not a lot you can say about them. Then down here on the bottom, got some more power tools. I've got the Hyper Tough drill. This is not the brushless one, but it's a little drill. Got the, this is the brushless impact. I really like this thing. This is a Bauer. I really like the Harbor Freight Bauer stuff. It's good price, and they have a huge selection of tools. This is the impact driver. I got this when they had it, and you bought, back during the summer, they had, if you bought certain tools, you got a battery for free. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. If you bought the battery, there were certain tools that you got for free. So I chose this one. I built a deck with it, and yeah, it's a really good tool. And then I've got this one. I haven't really used it very much yet, but this is the 3/8 impact. Takes the same battery, obviously, 20 volt. So I'm a big fan of Bauer tools and Hyper Tough as far as my power tools goes. Here's the case for my Skill screwdriver. I recommend, if you buy it, you get this nice little carrying case, and it comes with a lot of bits. You can buy just the tool, or you can get this little set. And I recommend getting the set, because then you can have kind of everything you need. I've got this. This is a Titan brand. This is basically a specialty bit set. There's all kinds of stuff I'll probably never ever use. These are pretty good quality, made in Taiwan. All different sizes, styles. Got this light. Bought that just for a project when I was changing the clutch in my tractor in our barn that had horrible lighting. I bought that. I don't ever use it. Haven't used it since. But it was handy at the time. Got a Hyper Tough 4 amp battery. I've got the Hyper Tough 12 volt flashlight. Kind of disappointed in this, as much as I like all the other stuff. And my biggest problem with it is when you turn on, okay, now let's see if it cooperates. When you turn on the flashlight, like now, okay, cool, flashlight, but you can't just turn it off. You have to cycle through the different settings. I don't like that. I wish you could just turn it on and off. It'd be a lot better if you could do that. And then I've got these. This is a set -1 socket. These are 1/2-inch drive impact sockets, Harbor Freight. Then I've got the empty case for the standard. That's the only ones I have on here, just because I don't really have another place. And if I need them, just they're easy to grab. They got that carrying case. And that's basically a toolbox tour. That's all the stuff. Nothing too exciting, but it's stuff I use a lot. So, if you've stuck with me this long, thank you to my new subscribers that I've been picking up. We will be having more homesteading type content. We're going to be picking corn here soon. We'll have some other harvest stuff going on. So thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Hopefully everybody liked this tour. These are basically cheap tools anybody can achieve. There's nothing exciting. There may be a lot of sockets, but there's nothing that's out of the ordinary. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and hope everybody out there has a good evening.